journalistic coverage of the Mexican Mafia?
That's a good question. I was surprised that there was so little of it at the time when I started researching the book. Maybe a lot of it has to do with the fact that all the tracts that have been written about street gangs by sociologists and so on, guys like James Diego Vigil and Joe Moore and so on, they talk about street gangs, but they talk about them in a vacuum, and none of them ever mention the Mexican Mafia as a significant controlling interest or controlling force on street gangs. It was a wonder to me, and that's why I felt it was an area for investigation, because none of it had ever been mentioned. It's a good question. I don't know why.
How do they clean their money?
How do they clean it?
Yeah. Where do they invest in the real, like in nightclubs? Do they buy nightclubs, or what do they do? To launder.
Interestingly enough, some of the money is laundered through the California Department of Corrections, the prison system. And inmates are allowed to have a bank account, and virtually anybody could write a check to an inmate and have that money put into their prison account. And once that money's in the prison account, it essentially becomes clean money.
Right.
So the California Department of Corrections is put unwittingly as the de facto banker for the Mexican Mafia.
Great.
Yeah.
What about nightclubs? Do they buy a lot of nightclubs? Or cash businesses like Hollywood? Do they invest in Hollywood?
Some of them do. Some of them are starting to invest in legitimate businesses. There was one guy they arrested not too long ago. Apparently he owned a juice bar and he owned a car wash and an apartment building. And I think his wife was caught with something like $400,000 in cash and 22 pounds of cocaine. Interestingly enough, he was running his drug enterprise from behind prison walls.
And the interesting thing is, if you got rid of the Mexican Mafia tomorrow, like something else is going to rise to take its place. I mean, really, right?
Criminals will always exploit society to achieve their ends. Yeah.
And at least they're not robbing out innocent people.
Correct. Yeah, they're not terrorizing innocent people in Brentwood or the West Side or anything like that. They pretty much keep it to the gang world.
Okay, great.